snowflake. Late nights under city lights, laughter echoes through the air. Real talk and verbal fights, homie bond beyond compare. For the homies we ride, together side by side. Podcast loud and clear, every episode's a vibe. Memories and tales of old, legends grow, the stories unfold. Hard times turn to gold, in this world we hold our own. For the homies we ride, together side by side. Podcast loud and clear, every episode's a vibe. Voices join in harmonies, echoes of our histories. Homies keeping it real true, every week something new.
Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. My goodness. Sorry about that.
Hello, everybody. It's Thursday night. You know what that means. It's another exciting episode for the Homies Podcast. We're at episode 53. And before we get started, I would like to say Mo loves avocado. Avocado love. How's it going? How's it going, Jake?
It's going all right. A little bit of behind the scenes stuff. I had to go to do some medical stuff with my wife today. She's fine, thank God. She's fine. Everything's okay. So I am doing much better. I have a cough because as I took a little bit of a sip of water before the intro ended, and I was fucking dying over here, just trying to get my breath back. And but yeah, I'm having a good day. I'm doing well. It's good to be here every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the homies. Doing it for the homies. Crease,
guys.
How are you, sir?
Guys.
Oh, what?
Spam call.
Spam call.
Okay.
All right,
play that shit.
Hello. Hello. Can I help you?
Hi, my name is Chloe. I'm calling from the Senior Resource Center about the card we mailed you on the new final expense plan for all residents of your state. Have you received it?
No, I haven't received it. I'm so sad. Hello?
As you might know, we have put together a new final expense life insurance plan, especially considering how things are getting pricier these days.
Hey guys, Phantom's old as
Your
shit.
age plays a factor in maximizing
I know,
your
right?
budget. So can you please confirm how old you are?
I am 69 for 69.
We really want to look after you. Our plans provide all end-of-life expenses to ease your family's burden. So, may I please know your age?
69.
The 13th apostle, baby.
I am 69.
I think we should discuss this another point. Have a good day.
They can hear me. They can fucking hear me. I said 69.
Boo, boo.
Did they know that you were on a live show?
Those are the ops that Crease is always talking about.
It's the ops, baby.
Spam calls while we're doing intros and shit.
All right,
Anyway,
so
I'm fine.
yeah, go
These
ahead.
two need to go though. Or these two,
Yeah.
whichever direction I'm pointing at.
Ebola, you go first, and then I'll hand it off to
Okay.
Phantom.
Okay, I'm doing good here every week. Crease, how are you doing?
Okay. By the way, you're gonna get your 5 to 10 minutes in. Damn it! All right. And yes, I'm doing good because I got one special announcement later on tonight. But it is Thursday night, and we could have been anywhere. You guys could have been anywhere, but you're here with us, Phantom. Let's go. Let's get this thing started, man.
So we got a verdict yesterday.
Yep.
Diddy. So Diddy did it. Diddy, and Diddy pimping ain't easy.
Pimpin' ain't easy, baby. You already know.
Pimping ain't easy. Yeah, pimping ain't easy.
So we have some specifics here. Let me zoom in for the people. So he was to be charged on 5 counts: racketeering, sex trafficking, transportation for the purposes of prostitution, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, 2nd count, and transportation for the purposes of prostitution, 2nd count. So he was not guilty, allegedly, on racketeering and the sex trafficking. However, he has been found guilty of both charges of transportation for the purposes of prostitution. And as we all know, pimping ain't easy. Look,
You wasted all our tax dollars on pimping. Like,
Yeah.
we could have ended this in civil court, but nah,
Yeah.
we needed a national trial, didn't we? Thanks, America. Thanks.
look, but this is what the people wanted. They wanted it on TV, which they didn't get. Sorry, guys. But they wanted all this. Here's updates just from today. 10:58 a.m., 11:15 a.m., 11:44 a.m., 11:44 a.m., 12:08 p.m., 12:28 p.m., 12:42 p.m., and it just goes on and on and on. I mean, there's updates like every 5 to 10 minutes about this shit, even after the jurors have left, and then it's just nothing but speculation. How long they're like the jurors are still anonymous. Like, yeah, duh, they haven't passed down a sentence yet. It just.
Dude, I still
come on, guys.
Dude,
like.
Dude, I still think
money.
Dude, I still think the funniest thing I heard out of this damn trial is when the verdicts came down and his supporters were outside the courthouse with baby oil splashing it on themselves.
Bro.
That was so fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I swear I saw the video earlier. I wish I could find it. Maybe I'll look for it while you guys talk about it. Hopefully, maybe I can find it. Give me a second. I'll see if I can.
Man,
So-
this is basically Boondocks, the R. Kelly episode. Just Diddy's just been replaced with it. That's all this is.
But,
If you guys haven't watched the episode, it's fucking amazing, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
well, the thing is, these two things that he was convicted of, the max is 20 years.
Yeah,
He's not going to see
10
20
each.
years.
10 each, but he's probably. Oh yeah, almost certainly not.
Most likely.
Nah. He's gonna go to
Okay.
that white collar. He's gonna go to white collar prison, people. He's not gonna be going to like hit him up like you
Dude.
go and get stabbed by somebody type of.
Yeah,
he-
no federal pound me in the ass prison.
He's
going
going to go to the prison that Martha Stewart went to. Straight up. That's where
Yeah.
he's going to go.
And I happen to find a video. I think it might be the video of when the verdict was passed down, just so you guys can get an idea of what his
This was retarded.
the type of people that support him. So we'll go ahead and pop this, show this real quick, and you guys can see what they're doing outside the courthouse.
You know, I could so use this screenshot
Just
of
shouting, I
this.
want the baby oil. I want the baby oil. There it is. There it is. Oh my
Oh,
God! She took off the weed.
She took off the
Holy shit.
weed. She
Oh
took
my
off the
God.
weed.
Jake, be careful.
damn.
We might see boobs.
No, we don't. I checked. I checked first. We don't see no boobs.
Oh God.
Fucking bless
Good
it.
lord.
Holy shit.
If we could get a good screenshot of that, I know what I'll be doing for Secret Memory next week.
Oh no.
Well, but
There could be multiple options you're gonna use this for.
Oh God.
You know who's probably like laughing at this is Biggie Smalls from Hell. Like, that because that's where you wanted to go to if you listen to his music. Don't like
He
I don't
did.
want I don't want to hear anything like no, because everybody knows. Okay, we all know everything that we know about Diddy. It's always been in front of us. Okay, this is
Mhm.
nothing new. Pimp C
This
even
is-
talked about this. However, we know that Diddy is into that weirdo stuff. Me personally, knowing the trial, I knew they weren't gonna get him on the sex trafficking with with the children. That
wasn't.
that wasn't gonna happen. They were trying to get him on pimping, and that's what they did. That's all they could get him on, because of all the freak offs, all the different men and women that he slept with. This dude, yeah, Diddy's a freak, man. He's always been a freak since the 90s.
Oh,
So
Look, whenever you have somebody who, for 3 decades, rolls like 20 deep, no matter where they go, that person is definitely doing shit. They're definitely doing shit.
Oh yeah, I mean, you gotta look. You gotta look that most of the people that were supporting Kamala at the end of last year were people that were like, they were going to try to call as witnesses, and they're like, "Hey, if you support Kamala, we're not going to call you."
Yeah, really.
yeah.
And so there's another trial that was going on that was big in the news. So the guy that killed those college students, he took a
Yeah.
plea deal. He took a plea deal, and we'll probably talk about that next week because there's some stuff around shenanigans around that too.
Mhm.
We'll talk about that next week. But this right here, when I saw this going down, I'm like, boys, we got a big topic for Thursday night, and I'm like, this motherfucker. If they give him on anything, the pimping was the only thing they were going to give him on, because why? Money talks and bullshit walks. That's all it
Yeah.
is.
And speaking of money talking and bullshit walking, look, we know that Diddy is a billionaire. He is. He is. His record label and his various other business
And he's
interests have made him tons
Some,
of money.
some of the top hip hop artists of all time too. So
Oh, yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Well,
he's
Justin
getting
Bieber.
residuals. He's getting he's getting all those residual checks from Usher,
Mhm.
Beamer, Notorious B.I.G., like Cameron, all the, like
Cameron.
everybody, even Jay-Z, dude. Like he gets money off of that, bro. He has so many
Creed.
incomes from all those people.
Hey, Chris, don't forget, he's still living off the royalties for that song he did right after Biggie died.
Of course,
Oh, yeah.
every movie you make or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And-
I'd say that's his best song ever, by the way. It's
Well,
but Yeah.
for me, it's the song from the Godzilla '89 soundtrack that he did. I actually do like
You
that
Can't
song.
Hate Me
Shitty
Now.
movie.
Can't-
Yeah,
Oh,
shitty
okay.
movie, but it was a good song. It was a good
It
song.
was-
Can't hate me now, like oh yeah, and I won't talk now, like with Nas, yeah, that one was pretty good too. However, that one and More Money, More Problems, like that. I think those are the top 3 Diddy songs where you just say like, okay, he was actually flowing on this shit. The rest of Diddy's stuff is like him being in the music videos more than the rappers like Suge Knight always used to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, money that way.
Dude, do we have anything on Cat Williams? Has Cat Williams responded to this yet?
I have not seen if Cat Williams has said anything. I imagine that he probably.
He's getting ready
I
for a
imagine-
tour.
I imagine if Cat Williams has something to say, he's going to say it on tour. It's going to be part of his act.
It's
He's
gonna be part of his act. Yeah.
And just, however, as we know, even though he is a billionaire and he is famous, that does not mean that outside of the trial there are not some other consequences. So one of the things that came out here was, what will the verdict mean for his business empire? So they said he stepped down and fully divested from Revolt TV, which is something I've never heard of. Apparently it was a network that offered programming focused on hip-hop culture, R&B music, social justice, and documentaries. Okay. He reportedly lost a Hulu reality series deal. I can only imagine what his reality series would have fucking looked like. His Sean John series is gone from Macy's shelves. I know that there are people crying about Sean John disappearing. New York City revoked his ceremonial key to the city. Okay.
Oh damn. Makes
Peloton,
sense.
you guys know those bikes that have the little screens on them where you guide through. Apparently his music is no longer on there. Howard University, the oldest historically black university in the world and in this country, revoked his honorary degree. His charter school in Harlem cut ties with him, so I guess they're not going to be. They might still be getting money from him, but they have officially cut ties from him. And he apparently settled a legal dispute with Diageo, relinquishing control of his lucrative spirits brand Ciroc and De Leon, which I've never had Ciroc. It's not like $100 bottle of alcohol. It's kind of like, I think it's like $55-$60. It's not that incredible. De Leon as well is also not like a $500 bottle of spirits. It's like a $80 bottle of spirits. It's not
Fucking
that
UK gamer. I like UK gamer.
What did he say?
This is good. Yeah, they revoked his key to the city, but gave him free supply of baby oil for the jail time. Maybe he can use all that baby oil to slip in between the bars and get out.
Man,
see.
he's gonna be going to therapy and like, God
Oh,
willing,
yeah.
he's gonna find. I got a vibe like he's God willing, he's gonna find Christ in jail too or whatever. Like that's usually. You
Now-
never know, man. Like
You never know.
So I was watching some.
You never know.
I was watching a few reports on this, and the females that testify against him, they're trying to get like witness protection from him now, and I'm like,
I would.
yeah, if I were you guys, move to Australia. They
yeah.
won't let him in Australia.
I don't think there's anybody here, Kreese, Phantom, Ebola, or anybody watching here in the chat that does not think that Diddy is capable of making a phone call
Oh yes.
and making someone disappear. Like
He
absolutely,
did with Biggie.
absolutely.
He did with Biggie. He did with his
Biggie
best friend.
Biggie and Tupac.
Best friend.
I still think he had part of the Tupac thing too, with Suge Knight, because we
Because
all
he-
know Suge Knight was involved with that shit too.
Yeah, and Suge. The thing is, Suge was a really hot-headed. He's still alive. Excuse me. Suge's a very hot-headed guy. At least back then, he was really hot-headed. All the stories of him like holding people by the neck over balconies and shit like that, and
That was
quartering
true.
them, and which this is all shit that happened. Like hundreds of people witnessed these things. It was like 6 or 7 years ago when he was in a parking lot and he hit somebody and then he rolled over him again.
Yeah.
And drove back over like that
Now,
shit happening.
There
Diddy
was
always
only
a more calm guy, so I could easily see him getting Suge Knight
He-
to do like
he was
harder.
he was the solid type of gangster.
Mhm,
But like,
mhm.
I just want to have one thing that I have to tell people that in Straight Outta Compton, Suge Knight did not punk Eazy-E. Like that's a lie. Like
No,
a lot of
no, that's
people even
bullshit.
said, because like Eazy-E never walks around without a strap, like that at all. Like
Dude, there is stories. Okay, so there is stories that this is stories. Take it with a grain of salt. That Suge is the reason why Easy got the virus.
So okay,
yes.
so I've
Yeah.
heard this one as well because as we know, Eazy-E was a polysubstance abuser, and
Mhm.
there are theories out there that Suge found a way to make sure that
he got ejected.
Easy,
stuff.
because Easy, again, he was a polysubstance abuser, and he was an intravenous drug user, and that Suge specifically found a way to get clean needles to him that were infected with HIV.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that's why he eventually developed AIDS.
Because if you watch Straight Outta Compton, when he found out that he had HIV, he literally
Yeah.
just said,
But Doc, I ain't no,
Doc, I'm not no fig, Doc. I'm not a fig.
but I'm not.
Well, I mean, if you remember when Easy came out as having AIDS is when the falling out with
was a
Suge
big deal.
and
Yes.
Dr. Dre happened.
Oh yeah,
So-
and that's when
Yeah.
Dr. Dre made Aftermath or whatever.
Mhm.
But the thing was, it's like with Dr. Dre's contract, he had to pay Eazy-E and what's his name, Jerry Heller, rest in hell, you
Yeah.
piece of shit.
Oh,
Like
Jerry
like
Heller. Jesus.
both those guys off because in the movie they had to make it dramatic or whatever because
Yeah.
you cannot threaten people to sign away people's contract. That's they can't do that shit.
That
And
shit don't hold
besides,
up in court.
Hey,
that shit doesn't
You
hold
guys-
up in court. And also, like Eazy had the streets of Compton. If they would have found that out, Suge already knew he would have been a dead man if he tried to do that shit.
Dude.
Like
you gotta remember what was it? It was right around the time. It was probably like what 2 or 3 years. This is just like after their debut album, NWA debut album came out, and fucking Suge showed up at Eazy's mom's house and was trying to start trouble. And Easy walked up to him with a Glock in his hand, put it to Suge's head, and literally made Suge piss himself. And it was right after that. It was right after that the whole shit with the A shit happened to him.
The thing is, it's like Suge's mom and Easy E's mom and MC
Ren's mom.
MC Ren's mom, like, and all those
Friends.
other guys. They were
Yeah, they went
all
to church
friends.
together.
That's just the thing.
Mhm.
They used to
Mhm.
stay right next to each other.
Mhm.
They be saying like, "Yeah, my son knows your son. My son knows your son." Like, yeah, you just don't know that your son don't like your son. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You remember? So you remember when Bone Thugs and Harmony did their album, and they had that song is Crossroads, right?
Mhm.
yeah,
On the first album, yeah.
Yeah. So you remember in the video they had Easy. They had a clip of Easy in the
Uh-huh.
video. This is right after he died.
Yeah.
Suge tried to sue them to keep him out of that video. That little clip of
Right.
Easy out of that video.
Right, because I guess in the contract, Suge would have still had like exclusive use of his likeness
Mhm.
for a certain period of time. Still,
Mm-hmm.
because the funny part is like Eazy-E almost
Great song,
signed
great
Tupac.
album.
Like Eazy-E almost signed Tupac and Biggie on the same album. He
which
almost
would have
had
been
both of them.
crazy.
That would have been
Mhm.
crazy though,
Oh,
man. Like
dude.
you had the three goats like on
Dude.
the same record label.
Dude, remember Easy brokered peace between East and West. He literally brokered a fucking peace deal between
Yeah,
Biggie
that's
and fucking Tupac. And what
Yeah.
happened when it was found out this happened? Biggie was gone, Tupac was gone,
Yeah.
Easy was gone.
Yeah.
And,
Well, the
and
thing
that's
wa-
oh god, Chris.
No, the thing was, it's like this is what happened. I mean, and this is where it starts getting into a little bit of the government shit. Because
Oh,
when Tupac came back from jail, Tupac literally said this: I want black men to start uniting. However,
Mhm.
I want to get them ready for politics. We need more black men in politics. And what he was saying is, I don't care if you're a Democrat, I don't care if you're Republican, third party, I don't care if you're a gangster member or a congressman. We all need to unite. We all need to change. We all need to change and stuff. Soon as the government figured that out, that's when they said like, "Oh hell no! Like you fucking up the prison system, man. Like what's going on here? Like it's true. I believe the government took out Tupac, bro. That's just me. However,
Mhm.
you got to
And
put
you know
two and
what?
two together.
and you know what, Chris? A few decades earlier, what was Malcolm X saying?
Same
Part of what he was saying was like, "Hey, we need to unite in peace. We cannot continue to be you." I'm not going to use the exact words that Malcolm X used because I don't want the stream taken down. But he was saying we need to unite and not be slaves to the Democrats anymore. They're using us as like a cattle voting base. We can't stand for that shit anymore. Don't vote for them. And
well, the thing was, he was basically just saying like, listen, even if you have a different religion, black man, you want to get political power. You want to be able to have your voice heard. This is how you do it. You got to be on other sides of the aisle. You got to have some black Democrats. You got to have some black Republicans. You have to even have some black third party, and then they have to fight for your vote. But you know what? That's getting into too much of politics. Speaking of politics, our boy Trump has got his money with Paramount. So like, what do you guys feel about that?
This is huge.
I mean,
this is huge.
He's 2 for 2, baby. He successfully sued ABC, got fucking what's his name fired, got that guy gone, and he brought this suit, or his lawyers, I guess, brought this suit against Paramount specifically due to, if you guys remember, the 60 Minutes interview that they did with Kamala Harris, which it was like a handful of days later, maybe a week later, where the full unedited 60 Minutes.
We watched it.
Which
me and you watched it. Me and you watched
yes.
it.
You and I both fan and watched it in Discord, the whole unedited thing,
Mhm.
and it's honestly it was absolutely criminal, and now I can legally say that it was absolutely criminal the way that they edited out like dead air or her just humming and hawing trying to figure out answers, or like cutting up sentences and putting them in different spots,
And then
so
him
that the answers
coaching her,
sounded more coherent.
and him coaching her with that question.
Oh yeah, and like trying to
Mhm.
trying to tease answers out with
Give her
questions.
give her the answer to the questions or whatever.
And so, because of that, Paramount is to settle with Trump for $16 million over the 16 minutes interview. And it says Trump's team alleged the network had deceptively edited the interview, which aired in October. And boy, did they. They absolutely deceptively edited it. Now, in the article, it does not state that they gave, it does not say, this is a settlement. So this did not go to trial. Nobody is admitting fault, but I'll definitely say that
If you didn't do nothing wrong, you shouldn't settle. That's how I
They-
see it.
they definitely edited the clip. Yeah, they definitely edited it.
Yeah, because when me and Jake watched it, we watched it back to back. So we watched the uncut first,
Yeah,
then we watched the live episode, right?
it was
And-
like it was 2 hours of us just going, "What
Mhm.
the fuck is this? What is this?" Are you kidding me?
Yep. And dude, they had to clip out where she was actually agreeing with Trump
Yes.
multiple times. Multiple times she
yeah.
was agreeing with him.
If you can find the original unedited, which who know, I'm sure people have probably re-uploaded it in other places.
They mirrored it, yeah.
Find places, parts of the interview where she was saying things, and when she said them, the interviewer was saying, "You understand that what you're saying is like in line with Trump's policies as well." And then she kind of like takes a step back and then rewords what she's saying to make it sound different. So before we continue, I just want to read this little line here. This is a quote. This is not Jake speaking. This is our current president, Donald J. Trump, speaking in a quote. Quote, "I am so honored to be suing 60 Minutes, CBS Fake News, and Paramount of their
So
fraud
honored.
beyond recognition reporting. They did everything possible to illegally elect Kamala, including completely incorrectly changing major answers to interview questions, but it just didn't work for them."
That's why he's the GOAT, man. That's why we love Donald Trump. He just does not give a fuck.
Did you guys hear Trump's new name for Joe Biden? He doesn't call him Sleepy. He
What's it
calls
called?
him
Dead?
Autopen.
Autopen Joe.
Yeah, Autopen Joe.
Otterpin Joe trying to take over America. He tried to sneak in stuff.
And so before we move on, I'm gonna ask the chat this: if you guys would love to see myself and Crease and Jake and like a few others talk like straight up political stuff on stream, let us know, because we have been talking about doing this a political homie stream, and we we're really thinking about doing this. If you guys want us to do it, we'll do it. We will do it.
Yeah, if you guys express interest, absolutely. And as a lot of you guys probably know, for a number of years, I did some writing, and part of that was political writing. And even to this day, even though I don't do it professionally, I still immerse myself in politics, and I still read a lot, and I still watch a lot. And it sometimes annoys the heck out of my wife, but sometimes she, like every day, at least once a day, she'll come to me asking me about something. Usually because a friend reaches out to her and it's like, "Oh, did you know Trump is doing this, that, and the other?" Like earlier today, it was Trump is throwing illegals out of airplanes, like as they're loading illegals on the
What?
planes and flying.
I heard that.
No kidding,
I
no
heard
kidding,
that.
Reese. This is a story that came out today. Not a story,
Yep.
but these are accusations that the left is making, that the illegals that are being put on planes and flying to their countries of origin, that they were being thrown out of the planes over open water.
With parachutes on, man. I heard this. I'm like,
You know,
the
Roman
fuck?
say based, and one could make that argument. I have to disavow though for legal purposes. Also, that was a joke. But it was total bullshit, totally made up. Like, just did not happen, will never happen. It's
That's
totally made up, just total bullshit. Total
that's
bullshit.
too crazy to be believable. That's something out of a movie.
exactly.
Yeah.
the
You gotta
thing
watch
is
way too
though,
much movies, man.
the thing is, to the chat and to Ebola. The left is trying to say this because they know the left will believe it. That's the thing. The
Yeah,
left
they believe
believes
anything.
everything these morons fucking tell them. Like the
Well,
whole stuff
obviously.
with the big beautiful bill with the whole Medicare shit, where Trump has said, no, we're not going to hit the people that are legally deserving of Medicare. We're going to hit the people that were just giving it to them for free because they walked
Right.
across their southern border.
Yes. Yeah. It was about, excuse me, people who are not born here. And if you're young,
Yeah.
you can't pay into the system because you're not old enough to have
Mhm.
taxable income yet. And if you're old, you've worked all your life and you've paid into the system.
You're
That's
good.
how it works. You pay into it so that, God forbid, you get older and you need it. It's there. That's the whole point. So if you haven't paid into it, or you are somebody who does not deserve to get it because you're not a citizen, then you don't get it, which is totally fine. That's also not to mention, it was
It's
only
not
like
uncommon.
3 or so days ago when the DOJ released their findings saying that they found like well over 300 people and made like over 30 arrests regarding nearly $30 billion in Medicare and Medicaid fraud. And
Mhm.
3 of those people that they had made the arrests on that day were in Eastern Europe. They weren't even
Mhm.
here in the United States. They were just suckling money from the United States and making it go God knows where. So like if there are foreign nationals that aren't even here, that are in other countries on other continents that are doing that, there's definitely people here who are abusing the system. And as somebody who is on Medicaid because I am disabled, fuck those people. Fuck you if you're one of those people. Do you have any idea how hard it is? How long I have to wait to get medications and shit like that, and how much shit I have to jump through with my insurance company and stuff? You're the reason why, and I don't like you. I'll pray for you, but I don't have to like you.
And also to everybody out there, the government will not call you to discuss Medicare
No.
plans.
No,
They
Yeah.
do not.
Never calls you. They send you physical mail. Same
Let
thing
it-
with the
listen,
IRS and tax
let 'em-
season. The IRS only
Mhm.
ever contacts you by physical mail. And you know what,
Yeah.
UK Gamer, don't get me started on your national healthcare system, because boy, I could go on for a long time.
You mean Saudi
national
Arabia?
healthcare system
Sorry.
sucks. No, England.
I mean, is there this now?
Guys, we got a sighting. We got
Yeah.
a Mrs. Big Dog Jake sighting in the
Yes.
chat.
My wife's just saying my Peruvian
Hello,
friends tell me all sorts of weird and fake news they hear from the US. Yeah, they hear, and Anna will come to me like usually on a daily basis with something saying, "Hey Jake, da 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 da," and almost always my reaction is like,
It's like,
"Okay, let me tell you why that's bullshit right now."
But another thing, like for all you American workers, like in the bill, no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime, and no taxes on what's the third one? Is it Medicaid? Medicals? I don't know. I just know no taxes on overtime. So there's no excuse for you not getting extra money on your check, man. Listen, like get that 40, turn that into 50, man. That's like $100 or $200 take home pay.
Right, baby.
Like
Get
on
that
top
time
of
and a
that,
half. Get that time and a half, baby.
get the
Oh,
time
yeah.
and a half, baby. It's a
I
good
gotta
time
say-
to work, man.
I gotta say, shout out to Nagranal. Thank you for that shout out today on your stream, brother. Thank you so much for that, my friend.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
For sure. What is our chat saying right now, though? Like, we just
Well, other than a couple of things, let's see. I mean, we spoke about the Diddy stuff. We spoke about the Trump stuff. Excuse me. Please excuse me. My goodness. MCamp U, here we go. Excuse me. Let's start with UK Gamer. UK Gamer said, Diddy owes Sting of the Police, a fortune over that every movie make is a remix of an old Police song. Yes, we know that. MCamp U said he prefers Maze on most songs over Diddy.
I mean, Diddy's not a good rapper though. Like we know
He's
this.
not. He's a good producer, and he's good at the business side of shit, which is solid.
This has
I
been,
think I already pulled this one out, but pulled this one out. Don't put that. New York City revoked his key, but gave him a free spot order for jail time. Yeah. And he's gonna find Jesus, a Mexican gang leader, who make Diddy. Look, we can make all the Diddy in jail jokes that we want, but the truth of the matter is Diddy is so well connected that he could probably go to any prison in the country and live like a king effectively. He'd be fine.
He probably invited some of those politicians to those freak offs, so that's why he just said like, "Listen, man."
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! You mean to tell me Cory Booker never showed up to a white party once?
You know,
his ass did.
I have to say one thing. So I wonder if the baby oil that they used was an avocado flavor.
Oh
What's up, Mo?
God. Oh god!
Oh,
oh
God.
my god! Shout out
Well.
to Mo.
Shout out to Mo. Yeah, and you could give us hashtag MLM because we got.
I agree with this.
Mod lives matter,
Lives
baby.
matter.
Oh, I got a little funny story to tell about that. So
Okay,
Night Saber is the guy that came up with the idea. He called it Mod Lives Matter. And in one of Jeremy's chats. So the other night we were in Discord and Jess popped in and she said, "There's this moron over here trying to say that he's the one that came up with it." And it was myself and a few others went over there. Is like, how can you try to take our boy Night Saber's idea of Mod Lives Matter?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Shout out
That's
to
fun.
our good friend.
Yeah.
Shout out Night Saber. You came up with it, and we will not forget. And this will
You
stay
mean
here forever for posterity.
3-finger saber. 3-finger saber. Protect that dog at all costs.
No,
man.
no. It's
Three.
Fart Saber. It's Fart
Fart
Saber.
Saber.
Because
I must
we were in
have missed something.
Discord, and he laid a big fart that lasted like a minute, and everybody heard it. And so his
Yeah.
name in the GCA Discord is Fart Saber now.
I was wondering why his name was.
He's literally
Saber
saying,
fart.
"Y'all guys heard that? Yes, we heard that, man." Like
It was like a minute. It was a minute fart.
Unfortunately, we did hear it.
I don't know. Phantom sounds like he feels fortunate that he did hear it.
Now that'd be Isaac.
No.
Hopefully. But
No.
all in
No.
all, what matters is mods. Mods lives matter. Everybody.
Mhm.
No,
Shout out to
Yeah.
the Wrench, baby.
Mhm. So
guess
I
it's
think
all
it's,
man.
I think it's time for trailers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Mhm.
So, excuse.
So I have to say, so one of the trailers tonight is the remake of Running Man,
Mhm.
and I asked for a good maybe 10 to 15 to 20 minutes because I have a lot to say about this. Being a fan of the original movie,
10, 15, 20 minutes. Really?
well,
Okay.
yeah, because I have issues with this. I do have issues with this trailer.
Okay. Well, then, before we play the trailer, I would like to give Ebola and Kreese a chance to say, let's start with you, Ebola. Have you seen the original Running Man, and or have you read the original
Need to watch
Stephen
it.
King short story?
Short story, no. For the original movie, I don't remember.
Okay.
I have.
Cre-
I'm
Kreese,
just
what
going to
about you?
assume I
Oh.
haven't since I've don't remember.
Okay.
Watch
Kreese,
party.
what about you? Have you seen the original Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I've seen the original Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I couldn't tell you what happened in it. It's been a while, or whatever.
Watch
I
party.
never read the book.
Watch party.
I guess maybe we will. But anyways,
Yeah.
Phantom's requesting potentially 10 to 15 minutes of
Mm.
ranting on this. So let's go ahead and watch this, and we'll let Phantom go for it. By the way, it starts immediately. So, put your ears in, folks. Here we go.
Stop filming me!
Oh, hey.
Bam, indeed.
Ben Richards, 35, married, one child, in medical crisis.
We need money for a doctor now.
Ben, watch us up.
Employment status, blacklist.
He likes the
But there's still a
chocolate.
way
Man.
out for you. It's the biggest show in the country.
Bloodlust is our birthright!
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome to the Running Man.
He's a good actor. I appreciate him being the host.
Games never come
I'm
back.
down with that.
I'm not trying to get myself killed. So kiss my ass twice.
Right there is why you can win this game. The rules are simple.
Oh,
Survive
shit. It's
30 days
Daniels.
with the entire nation hunting you down. And get your family out of Slumside for good.
I'm gonna come back here and burn this building down. I promise.
That's the spirit.
This is America, goddammit! And we don't put up with no bullshit!
Yeah, yeah.
Hunt him
I wonder.
All right.
Sounds like
What do you make Macy?
Sounds like Mr. President.
Hey, what up, Hootie?
Hoodie.
Shout out to you, Hoodie D.
Have you ever wondered if this game is rigged?
Guess we'll find out.
And yes, that's Michael Sarah. That's Michael
Yeah.
Sarah.
With the facial hair.
be moving up too fast.
Oh, those look like Greta and 12. Hey,
buddy.
That's pretty cool.
They're on Freebie.
Oh, Decker right there. Wondering.
I got a grenade!
Back at you.
You survived with a grenade.
I'm
What
still
the
here,
happened?
you shit eaters. Hey, big boys!
Are you crazy?
Oh my.
Super soaker. Electric gun.
You know
Time
what?
for me to
Electrify
cook.
the floor, soak everyone with water. Okay. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, so I'm a
Okay.
fan. I am a fan of the original movie. I love the original movie. I got to see it, so yeah, I'm old enough. I got to watch it in theaters, and I fucking love the movie. And what made the movie so good was there are characters that were in that movie that's not going to be in this movie. And you're not going to have those like subtle, Schwarzenegger quotes like
Mhm.
what's the one with the Sub-Zero one, Jake?
Here's Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero.
Plane Zero or Chainsaw. Where's Chainsaw? Oh, he had to split.
He had to split.
And so there's also the female character that's in the original movie. They're doing away with it. And yeah, I have to say this.
Yeah, the
Nomi,
female companion.
Nomi, I love you to death. There's not gonna be no simping for Glenn Powell tonight. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah.
So I watched this and I've read the
We saw.
I've read the short. I read the short story, Stephen King's short story.
Mhm.
And
It's really not that long, guys.
It's
you can
not-
probably
it's-
find a PDF of it. It'll take you like an hour.
And so this is going to be the issue that I had with Total Recall. Total Recall, Schwarzenegger film, they remade it, and they cut out a lot of the shit that was not in the original movie. So one, you didn't go to Mars in the new movie, and you didn't have the plot line with the aliens. And I'm just gonna say it. I was hoping to see the three titty bitch in the movie. We never got that.
No.
For me, I'm interested. I still want to see this. I just think it's not going to have the heart like the original movie did. Yep, I know that. I know who that is. I kind of helped made that little picture. Just saying. Like for myself, man, I loved the original Total Recall, and this right here is just. It's gonna be. It's gonna be like total. It's gonna be Total Recall with the Running Man, and that movie, Total Recall, was just awful. It was more closer to the book,
The remake
than the original movie, and it lost its heart. And I'm afraid that's what's going to happen with this movie.
Okay, so let me steel man the position for a moment. So one thing that's brought up is M Camp U. Shout out M Camp U. Also shout out you getting your wrench, brother. We appreciate it. We appreciate you mine as well. Thanks so very much. He's saying, but we are getting an Edgar Wright comedy. So this is kind of like the opposite of what happened with Total Recall. Total Recall, the original, they took some stuff from the story. We'll remember for you wholesale. And they kept some other things out of it. Like they had the stuff traveling to Mars with the mining and the aliens, but they didn't have through the core of the Earth elevator. But it also had jokes. It was quippy. And then in the remake that they did in 2012, had Bryan Cranston in it, for instance.
Colin Farrell as Schwarzenegger's character.
And they did the same thing where they took some stuff from the book, like they had the elevator through the core of the Earth, but they didn't have the traveling to Mars. They didn't have the mining. They moved that to Australia, I think, because part of the Earth had been nuked and all messed up and whatnot. But it was so like tonally flat and serious.
It was boring.
It was boring. In my opinion, it was boring. I agree with you, Phantom. Whereas with this, you have Edgar Wright directing it, and although the original Running Man, there were some quips in it, and there were some funny moments. This does seem more like it's going to be kind of a straight comedy, and also it is again dissimilar to the book in some ways because it's not strictly a game show with like specific like gladiators, if you will. It's the whole planet can come at you for 30 days straight, which like it's ridiculous because there's no way you could put a bounty on one person and literally anybody can take it on you and wouldn't be illegal or whatever. Nobody would survive that, but it's a comedy, whatever. And are you more upset that it's so much different than the original story, or it's so much different than the original movie that came out in the early 90s, or that it's going to be probably too funny because it's Edgar Wright directed it, or casting choices? Like what? Why?
I like Glenn Powell. I mean, I loved him in Top Gun Maverick.
He was great in Top
and
Gun.
hell, I love Twisters. I wish he would have been. I wish he would have been Bill Paxton's. He would have been. His character should have been Bill Paxton's son, and he wasn't.
I agree.
And I agree. I mean, I do like the updated RoboCop movie, but they poo-barred that one too. And
they did.
I mean,
it could have gone places though. The new RoboCop movie, if they really committed to it, it really could have gone places. Yeah. Also, instead of making him gray in the beginning and then making him black, they should have made him black in the beginning and have the guy come in and be like, "Nah, it looks too scary."
Make him that
and then make him silver.
Blue.
That would have been great. That would have been great.
For myself, if you ever watched the original movie, what made the movie was the aspect of it being a dystopian world where this game show was in this part of Old Town LA that was damaged in some type of war.
Right.
And you had the guys, they were like, you got to remember that the Schwarzenegger's character was falsely accused of killing protesters in the original movie.
Not only was he falsely accused, but this is something that I really hope is in the movie. Which it doesn't seem like
it's not.
Schwarzenegger was part of like the police, if you will, which is like military police. Not only was he falsely accused, but there was like fake video of him saying and doing things he didn't do, which would be a perfect line to hit nowadays with how far AI has come. You can say that they generated an AI video of Glenn Powell doing things and saying things that he absolutely did not do or say. And so cutting that out is like why? You should have kept that. That would have been great.
Because now they agree with protesters, so that so it'd be offensive to the protesters now.
In the movie, so in this movie, he's doing it because his child's sick. It's noble. I get it. But in the original movie, Schwarzenegger's wife and kids, his wife divorced him over this stuff. You never seen the aspect of his kids because she's divorced. And you had this dystopian thing where I know damn well they're not going to have the collars around his fucking neck that when you get past a certain spot and your head would pop like a melon. And if you remember, Jake, you made this quote earlier, or it might have been Campia last night. There's a quote when they see Schwarzenegger's character running. That's the reason why they had him. They hunted him down to put him on that show was because how he ran.
Yeah,
that
like, man, that fucking kid run. Look at him go. And he was big and he was buff. You're like, oh, interesting.
And so there's aspects of the trailer I really like, but to me, it I don't think it's going to have the heart like the original movie did, and that original movie had fucking heart.
It did.
And you're probably not going to have the subplot of the resistance, helping him. You're not going to have that. You're not going to have the female character that becomes his love interest that helps him, clear his name. And back in the day, they literally for Total Recall, they changed a lot. So the whole stuff with Mars and stuff was added to the story for the original movie. Schwarzenegger had that done because he wanted it to be more action packed. And the same happened with Running Man. Running Man is such a great movie because of the story, the action, the in between with the guy that used to do Family Feud he plays the host of the show.
Yeah.
And I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. Do I want to see this? Yes. Do I think it's going to hold up to the original? The original, I mean, this is the reason why I hate them remaking original movies. Don't fix something that's not broken. I'm just saying.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, it's like I love the original movie, and I would love to do a watch party, it and Total Recall. But I don't know. I don't know about this movie. I'm just, I don't know.
I feel like I feel like they've changed the story a little too much. Like the I think one of the most appealing parts of it is like however you want to take this, like the social commentary of like LA is just totally like Escape from LA style, just totally busted. But there's this one part in the city that is this massive arena that all the wealthy people go to, and it's in this self-contained area, and having the aspect of like, we're going to announce our new contestant and we're putting a bounty on him, and he has to survive for 30 days and anybody can go for it. They're not going to bring out gladiators, if you will, to take him out. He's not going to go through these weird tests. They're just going to have like little spherical drone cameras follow him literally everywhere he goes, and he's going to equip to that. It's also where's the onesies? Where's the little ice skating suits? Those are cool. Should have done that.
So Mo brought this. I can't remember if it was Mo last night was talking about it. So me and AmpCamPU fan was talking about this the other night. Shout out to AmpCamPU fan. So he was looking through the cast of the thing. Schwarzenegger is not. He's not going to be in it. He's got a cameo, but he's supposedly been the president of the United States, and he's on the money, and that's it.
Yes, and AmpCamPU, I understand. This movie is more based on the actual story. I understand that, but the movie, I felt that the movie is a more appealing story in my opinion. It
makes more sense.
The story it makes more sense to me that it's more appealing. I understand that, like, from a Stephen King perspective, the actual story it's very Stephen King to have something like that. But I just like the idea of this post-APOC future. I think that story is better. And he's even saying, yeah, the movie's past the original. And UK Gamer giving us some fun facts here, saying a lot of the externals for the new Running Man were filmed in the UK, Glasgow, Scotland to be exact, where they did a lot of the exteriors for Batman '89. I was also in the same spot in Glasgow.
And also the new Batman movie.
And the new Batman movies, a lot of the exteriors for Gotham were also in Glasgow.
Yeah,
and don't forget,
a big deal when the actors strike or the whole SAG after strike happened. There were
filming
in Scotland and in Ireland specifically that were basically like Dunzo. A lot of places shut down because that was a lot of business that was brought in. Because again, it's not just like the 15 actors you see on screen. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of people behind the scenes. Everybody's going to local businesses to get lunch. They're all going out to get beers after work. You know, they're renting out hotels, things like that. So,
and don't forget, Jess's favorite TV show was filmed there, Rings of Power.
Oh,
shut no,
it wasn't
only season 2.
Yes, it was.
Really?
Season 2 was filmed.
The first season was in New Zealand, then they all shipped it over to the UK.
No, it never ended up being in New Zealand. That was a big deal.
There.
That was a big deal.
It was originally
switched it from
Ebola.
To
Trust us.
Ireland.
No.
Somebody claimed that, and we fact checked them on it.
Wasn't it planned to be New Zealand though?
It was planned to be New Zealand, but I think it might have even been up in the C-suite. It might have been Bezos who was like too expensive. No, we're just going to go to Ireland instead.
I think that's what happened. It was planned, but then they decided to just do it in England.
They did so because they wanted to be too expensive, which is
so
hilarious considering that the show probably cost $1 billion to make.
So there is a story about that. There was a story about that. So the people in New Zealand actually thought that the show was going to come there, and they were ramping up their studios. They were started getting people to bring them in.
Right, yeah.
And they were like, nope, we're just going to film in the UK because the tax breaks are cheaper in the UK. That's the reason why it was filmed there and was never filmed in Australia and in the areas that the original trilogy was filmed. Because of that. I know because somebody argued me down, and I literally fact checked them in Discord one night. Chris knows who I'm talking about.
Oh no!
Literally, I fact checked that motherfucker live in Discord.
Yeah,
you were there too. You were there too.
I know.
I got it mixed up. I remember it was in New Zealand, but then it wasn't. I just got the time places mixed.
It should have been in New Zealand though. It would have been great.
We got a second trailer?
But UK tax back write off.
Yes, the certain parts of the UK, specifically Scotland and Ireland, which is not a part of the UK. It wasn't Northern Ireland; it was Republic of Ireland has some tax write-off. But yes, we do have a second trailer, and Phantom posted this one.
Today.
It dropped it. I think it was midnight earlier today, midnight Eastern time. Excuse me. And I have never heard of this movie, but apparently it is called Afterburn, and it stars Dave Bautista.
I'm not really interested in this.
I haven't seen the trailer.
Is it skinny Batista or bulky Batista?
I would think, I would think it's bulky Batista. He looks pretty bulky here right now. But so let's give this trailer a go. We're gonna light this one in a 3, a 2, a 1. Here we go.
Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I love that character. He literally made that character fun.
All right, coming soon only in theaters.
I do want to see this. It's post-apocalyptic. You got Dave Bautista. It's going to be like a modern Indiana Jones. I'm in. Oh God, Sophie's an evil woman. There she goes. And still another. And congratulations, Sophie, since she is part of the Anime with the Homie streams on Saturday nights. So
an official homie, absolutely.
She's no longer dead.
Oh, here's something, Chris. Here's something you might agree with. Camp Butte saying best wrestling actor will always be Roddy Piper, and They Live. I am here to chew bubble gum and kick ass. And I am all out of bubble gum.
You know, there's a movie that I think we all should watch if you can find it on the streaming thing. We need to watch his movie Hell Comes to Frogtown. That movie is fucking funny. Yeah, it's about mutant toads and stuff. It's really fucking hilarious. It's hilarious. He's like the last man on the planet that could get women pregnant.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, that sounds like he's very important.
Mm-hmm. It's a good movie.
That's like the opposite of Children of Men, where there's just that one woman who can get pregnant, and it's the opposite. There's one man who can get women pregnant. Oh, UK Gamer. Interestingly, Roddy Piper, he was not American. He's Canadian. He is not a Yank. Also, my camera died because my camera sucks. Sorry about that, guys. These things happen.
Yeah, and he wasn't he wasn't Irish or Scottish, wherever he pretended to be.
Yeah. Well, he always wore a kilt, so he pretended that.
That could be either Irish or Scottish.
Well, I guess it could be both, but I think he was pretending to be Scottish.
But I'm interested in this. It looks good, and you know the movie he did, like was it Enter the Badlands that we showed on here, like with the girl from Fifth Element. I actually got a chance to watch that movie, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was a good action movie.
When did that come out?
Last year. It was last year. Mila Jovovich was in it.
Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
Yes, here's two headphones, Sophie. Thank you for noticing.
Thanks, Sophie.
We hope that they are comfortable and feel good on his ears.
I mean, hell, he was in Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, the one where they had to go to Las Vegas, and that was actually good too.
I'll have to disagree. I was not a fan of that.
Didn't they win like an Oscar for that? Like the visuals or something?
I was gonna say if they did, it would have been something technical. Definitely wouldn't have been for like acting.
I think it won like some type of Oscar award for it. I forgot.
Dude, they had a zombie tiger in the fucking movie. It looked good.
Okay, that part was pretty cool where they had the zombie tiger.
Yeah, it's from Siegfried and Roy's fucking tigers. They were all zombified. It was so fucking cool.
They outlived Siegfried and Roy.
Even once in a while, Zack Snyder can like get out something good for most people.
And an original idea at that. Well, I mean, it's not entirely original, but you know, whatever.
Well, he took inspiration from the Army of the Dead game for that.
Well, the point I was getting at is it took inspiration from stuff, but it wasn't as blatant as, say, Rebel Moon, where it was basically just a prolongated A New Hope.
Well, it was this version of Star Wars that Kathleen Kennedy she didn't want it. Yeah.
Bad. It's Disney's Star Wars.
And you know it's bad that Kathleen Kennedy's like, no, I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah,
you know
that's
bad.
not good. Yeah,
as much bullshit that she's put out in the last 10 years, and she's like, nah, I'm good, Zach, I'm good.
The movie wasn't even Rebel Moon wasn't even woke, and like she just even said like, nah, this is like no, like we're gonna kindly reject your script, but thank you, maybe come back stronger or something.
And I have to say,
maybe come back with a better movie.
I have to say, so we did get to watch like the first episode, and ABF is like, no, we're not watching this trash.
I didn't even watch it. I'm just like, no.
Yeah, the Rebel Moon. Oh my goodness, dude! I watched all of Rebel Moon. I did it so y'all guys didn't have to. But yeah.
So how do you rate it?
It's bad. Okay, and then
I rated ass.
And then he has the nerve to drop a director's cut because he said like that ain't even the full movie. No, Zach, you don't get to do that.
And it was worse.
You don't get to do it. You don't get to do that, Zach.
Somehow you release a 6-hour movie and you're like, that's not the whole thing. Here's the whole thing. It's like, no.
Don't do that. One good.
Oh, just wait, guys. If you guys go to our channel, Kreese did a review of Ironheart. That's nearly 100 views.
It's not even a good video. I'm even surprised that I got like 5 views on it because I was just rambling my ass off, dude. It was nothing but rambling. There was no like any type of substance in that video.
And you know what, Kreese? I think that's why.
Here.
I think that's why it's gotten so many views. Is that people wanted to see you just pop off for 15 minutes complaining about just how absolute ass the show was.
It's basically, oh God, man, oh God, this video.
I am so glad ABF did not put us through that dog shit.
Oh my
I'm
goodness!
so happy.
I was
Jake,
waiting.
Jake, I actually dropped a small little clip on Ironheart. Like if it's in the Discord, like
yeah.
Pull that up real quick before we go into pop culture.
No, we'll get hit for it. Disney's hitting people.
Oh no! It's not an actual clip.
It's not an actual clip. It's like to make fun of the show. Like
it's something else. Which I can't.
Yeah, because Disney is hitting people who are criticizing Ironheart. They literally are hitting people.
They would be real shitty if they were to try and grab us for this because I don't think they will. This is a little different, but this is just This is a quick
just to
little
get us ready
one.
for our pop culture record.
Yeah.
Real quick.
So before we go in, it's just a small change to Ironheart and already looks better than the original.
He contributed to the feel, so I won't roast
Did he?
Stark off rip.
Interesting.
But I don't have $1 billion.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
I like that. No lies detected.
Oh my god, no lies detected.
God, man.
But you know what's fitting though? So the dude that's in that show is supposed to be his son.
Yeah,
Supposed to be his
it was.
son. Yeah.
It's finna. No. It's finna
be his son. It's finna be his son. Like you gotta speak the lingo, man. Like because finna.
Oh
gonna.
God.
Oh God. Why are we doing this? Why are you yelling at me? Okay, like.
And you know. You know the one thing that did piss me off about this fucking show? They introduced Mephisto in the show when he has nothing to do with the Ironheart comic book at all.
Do you guys want the spoiler?
I already know the spoilers. At the end of it, you see Mephisto at the end of the fucking show.
It's not just that. It's do you want to know what happens? Like I don't give a
shit. I'm not watching that dog shit.
Anybody in the chat, real quick before we actually move into pop culture? Anybody cares? Like they want to spoil.
You guys have 5 seconds if you give spoilers for this show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so just to prove that Riri is even more of a selfish hero, she literally sells her soul to Mephisto. And she's now an agent of Mephisto now.
Oh,
is she gonna become a Ghost Rider? Because usually when you sell your soul to him, you become a fucking Ghost Rider.
Yeah, she shook his hand.
Ghost Rider.
I don't know about if she becomes a Ghost Rider or anything, but I just know that she's an agent of Mephisto now.
But Kreese, when you sell your soul to Mephisto, you become the spirit of vengeance. You become Ghost Rider. That's his thing. Oh no.
Well,
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Lose it. That's a bad thing. That's not good.
I mean,
Kevin Feige, you should be fired. You fucking piece of shit. You goddamn British fucking cigarette.
I'm attempting to imagine with her ghetto rigged suit on.
Yeah.
Because there's the one that she stole in the very beginning, and then there's the one that she kind of made afterwards.
She built it, made magic because she brings her friend back with AI or whatever. But like because because magic always has the price. Like her AI friend disappears or whatever. And then Mephisto, being the devil himself in Marvel, he basically made her an offer saying, like, listen, I can bring your friend back for real. Like, no AI. Like, she's like real or whatever. If you but you just gotta be an agent of me. Like, you know. And she shook his hand.
Dude, this is how they're introducing Ghost Rider this way. She's gonna be the new Ghost Rider.
Please no.
The first female Ghost Rider, everybody.
Please no.
Don't.
Please no.
You motherfuckers do not. You have no fucking clue what the fuck you're writing. Seriously, you fucking have no fucking clue. After Stan Lee died, R.I.P. to the GOAT himself. Literally, after he died, you guys completely cut his fucking work. And we know that now in fucking Fantastic Four, the Fantastic Four is going to be fucking awful.
Damn. But you want to know what's not going to be awful? You know who dropped the script? It was Matt Reeves. Like, he made a script. He dropped his script off to James Gunn last Friday. So, there's something positive to talk about in pop culture.
Yes.
We got something good.
Let's talk. Finally, let's talk about something a little bit nice. So first off, the way they first announced it was, you can see here. Let me zoom out a little bit for you guys. There's Matt Reeves with Mattson Tomlin in the background, and there is the completed The Batman 2 script right here. I mean, they even have the official IMAX account, like the people who do the big old IMAX screens, saying it's happening, and
let's go, man.
That will lead us to right here, where very shortly thereafter, Variety posted an article says Matt Reeves finally completes the Batman 2 script. Finally.
Now, Bruce, I want to ask you this. Do you think them dropping this now, could this be in what Grace Randolph was reporting a few months ago about Matt Reeves' condition? Could this be like them trying to offset that by saying, look, it's done, here it is?
I think because even James Gunn and other artists have said, the thing is, like, Matt Reeves is a slow writer. He likes taking his time when he's making his script. And, you know, I have no problem with that. I mean, as long as the script gets done and it's all 100% complete, usually Matt Reeves does good movies. I mean, the Planet of the Apes movies, he's done pretty good. Even with the Batman or whatever, even though it's not the most perfect Batman movie, generally most audience likes it or whatever. So with this one, you know, he took his time with James Gunn or whatever. And, you know, I know James Gunn said he hasn't read it yet, rightfully so, because he's like taking care of Superman and Peacemaker right now. So like, we just got to see what happens.
So like, we've talked about this on the show before. Is the Batman perfect? No. Is it a good film? Yes. My issues is the Riddler, because it's Logan Paul in a gimp suit, straight up.
That Riddler was so bad.
And
why is it so bad?
Really
so
dark.
bad, Ebola?
Yeah.
Why is it so bad?
Like Batman should be.
No. I mean, like literally, the movie was so dark, like it was hard to see at times what was going on. That's what I meant. It was physically.
Hold on, Ebola was trying to say something. Ebola, what are you trying to say about the Riddler?
I was saying, okay, the Riddler is so bad because they literally made him a influencer that's trying to be. They're like, let's make the Riddler one of the
based off of Logan Paul.
One of the most, probably one of the most intelligent villains Batman has, and just make him turn him into just a vlogger that's trying to a nuisance vlogger on Gotham, basically.
Yeah, and a bit of an incel also.
Yeah,
and also, but you have to look at this. Matt Reeves gave us Colin Farrell's fucking Penguin, straight up,
which is
phenomenal,
incredible.
It's freaking good. If you haven't
And
if
probably-
you've seen The Penguin, go watch it. It's freaking amazing. It's like a
And-
10 out of 10 series.
And for the small amount of screen time he had in the Batman, he stole the fucking movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we know that they're writing the Clayface movie now.
Yeah.
And the one thing I hope and one thing I pray, if you guys are going to do it, get Ron Perlman to reprise do the voice of Clayface, please.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. So I want to tie this into something. This was back either this past September or October when they were talking about the writing of the Batman 2 script, and they announced that it wasn't going to be a Christmas movie, but it was going to take place around Christmas.
Mhm.
And at the time, the second season of The Penguin came out, and it was happening like leading up to the winter
Christmas.
season, Christmas. And at that time, I posed the question: do you guys think that they would pull in Colin Farrell as the Riddler and write him into the Batman 2 script as like a primary
You mean Penguin?
antagonist or Penguin? Excuse me.
So
You guys still think that's a thing?
So we know that if it's going to be the wintertime, I think they're going to bring in Mr. Freeze. This
Okay.
is how they'll bring in Mr. Freeze, because at the end, it would be more poignant because the Batman movie was an offshoot of the Long Halloween ish.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
the
kind of.
with the stories, and it
Yeah.
to me, so it's like a Batman Year 2 storyline wise.
Yeah.
And we know that Matt Reeves is going. He wants to do some fantastical Batman stuff in these movies.
Yeah.
And I believe it because at the end of Penguin season 1, it started snowing, and we know that you see the bat symbol up in the sky, and you know that Batman's there. I think it's going to be so. I mean, Kreese, we talked about this on the show that the rumors are it's going to be Mr. Freeze.
So, I mean, like, this is how I feel about it. Like, Mr. Freeze, for the most part, I think it's like 90.9% Mr. Well, actually, I'll take that back. 94% Mr. Freeze. But, like, I also think that it could be other villains because, like, part of me is, like, I'm trying to figure out how the fantastical elements will be put into this Batman per se, however, because it's more of a grounded Batman. However,
Right.
and I know everybody's been going back and forth if Robert Pattinson should be in the DCU or it should be there should be two different Batman, and I get it. However, me personally, I just don't care. However, if we get two different Batman, cool. But if he's part of the DCU, that's even better. However,
I think he should be Batman. I think he should.
To me, it doesn't matter. However, but I would say this. If there ends up being two Batman, if I'm James Gunn, you cannot get a no name. I said this last night. You should not get an unknown name actor for this particular Batman because they will destroy the next guy. Like, you need somebody that you fairly know. So, either like Alan Richardson, my pick is Jensen Ackles, or somebody with a name. You need somebody with a name that can play Bruce Wayne but have the voice of Batman. If Robert Pattinson doesn't become the DCU, that's how I see it. However,
The one thing I did say last night, keep Andy Serkis as Alfred. Straight up, he was a good Alfred.
That worked well.
Yeah,
yeah,
and I feel that I know there's a lot of people that did not like the Batman. Myself, I loved it. I loved the aspect of it being, because we've never seen Batman in his earlier years. They did that on Gotham, which was fine until the very last episode. That was totally ass. But having him being literally the just now like year 2 Batman, and this is going to be like what, year 3 is what's going to make it pop for me, and I believe that Robert Pattinson got a lot of hate for playing Batman because of his role in Twilight.
Yeah.
And for me, I'd like I have the Batman, and I just like rewatched it the other day, and I'm like, it's still good to me, and I still like the story of it. Matt
Yeah.
Reeves knows what he's doing with this series.
Yeah, he like Matt. The thing is, the Matt Reeves is a huge Batman fan. Like he'll tell you what. Like I believe he even showed off his comic book collection on how much Batman stuff that he has. Like, you know, so I believe, because even James Gunn even said it like last week when they asked him about the DCU Batman or whatever. He even said, "Well, I got a Batman writer that I know really good or whatever, because Batman's my hardest one that I need to get right or whatever. Like, I know everybody's looking at me because of if I don't get Batman right, you know, he understands the criticisms or whatever. So he understands or whatever. So yeah, I think Matt Reeves is gonna be helping James Gunn out with Batman material or whatever. So, you know, even if we get two different Batmans, you still got Matt Reeves that's willing to help out James Gunn, and I think that's cool.
And another thing, I know that there's been rumors that we might actually get a Terry McGinnis in this universe, you know, and it's like, I'm down for it. And, you know, a lot, though, I've said this, said this like multiple times. I trust James Gunn in writing comic book movies than Zack Snyder any day. Now, has Zack Snyder made a good comic book movie? Yeah, with Watchmen and 300, but his Justice League stuff was just not good. I enjoyed the Snyder cut. I like it better than the Whedon cut, and there are some stuff in Batman v Superman I liked and I loved, and there was some stuff in Man of Steel that I liked, that I loved, but there's issues throughout that movie.
They're not the best comic book movies. Like,
No.
They're not the best, but
no.
Yeah.
I agree with UK Gamer. Henry Cavill would be a fantastic, but both James Bond, in my opinion. I think, although he does stand out maybe a little too much for James Bond, but anyways,
too tall for Bond.
He would be perfect for Bruce Wayne. He would be perfect for Bruce Wayne. Batman, he probably would be perfect for Batman also, but definitely for Bruce Wayne. I mean, it almost certainly will not happen because he's so well known as Superman.
The falling out between him and James Gunn.
And yeah, there was that falling out with him and James Gunn.
But also, he doesn't want no Snyder Bros to like. Yeah, it's the Snyder Bros that killed all of that.
I wouldn't want it either, honestly. The Snyder Bros are vicious.
Yeah. We do got another story with Akira. Like Warner Brothers.
Thank God.
Yeah, a quick one here with Akira. Yeah, Taika Waititi saying the Akira movie. excuse me.
God.
Taika Waititi saying the Akira movie is not happening. Apparently because Warner Brothers lost the rights to it. And you know what? Good. Akira, like if you guys haven't seen Akira, it's
fucking amazing.
It is absolutely amazing. It's incredible. Also,
oh hell yeah,
the animation is
all hand drawn.
It's all hand drawn, and B, it is some of the smoothest, cleanest, crispest, most beautiful animation you've ever seen. It absolutely still holds up. If there is any movie that we have spoken about thus far this evening, we've spoken about 4 or 5. This movie does not need to be remade because it still holds up absolutely. And in my opinion, this is one of those animated movies that you should not attempt to do live action because there is no freaking way that you could ever capture the spirit of it in live action. No way.
Yeah.
No way.
And you also got to remember Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, had influence because some of the characters in this movie are like carbon copies of like the main villain that's at the end of the movie. He's literally Vegeta. He's drawn like Vegeta. And it's like, and this movie is so in depth in pop culture. Kanye West used the motorcycles in one of his music videos. and this shit's referenced all the time. The pill on the back of the jacket, the symbol of their gang, has been all over like movies and anime and everything,
Hip-hop.
right?
Yeah.
And this
and
movie,
also
this movie is
go ahead.
so I love this fucking movie. And when Chris said, "Oh yeah, Taika Waititi is like not gonna do it," I literally, with bad leg and all, stood up and danced like that motherfucker should never touch another movie ever again. He destroyed Thor. He would have made this gay. He would literally make some of the characters in this movie fucking gay. He would, just to do it.
Also, another pop culture reference is like when he does the motorcycle slide. There's a lot of cartoons and anime that actually do that motorcycle slide. If you go back and rewatch, anytime when they do the turn and his leg is popped out, that's because of Akira.
This is the picture they chose. I mean, this is the picture they chose. Whenever Akira is spoken about, it's this frame.
The motorcycle slide
that they show. That is
the motorcycle slide. Yeah,
it is. Oh my gosh. AP tying into what you said, Phantom, saying Taika Waititi literally announced that he alters lore to piss fans off. And you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck you for that. Don't do that. That's Ryan Johnson-esque. I want to subvert expectations, but I'm going to do it in a dickish way.
Or Zack Snyder when it comes to Batman or whatever, like just piss off people.
He would literally take this movie and make it allegory for transitioning. Is what he would do with this movie. Literally, that's what he would do with this movie, because I know this is a spoiler, but this movie is like nearly 40 years old.
Yeah, it's nearly 40 years old.
Yeah.
So in the movie, they do experiments on people who have psychic abilities.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was Akira, and he's the one that destroyed Tokyo, and they built Neo Tokyo. And in the movie, there's this kid, I think it's Tatsuyo is his name. This is like the new main villain that has his powers later on in the movie, where his body starts morphing. Probably one of the best.
Oh, it's incredibly animated.
Visuals ever.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This movie is a blend of sci-fi, body horror, and suspense. It's a perfect movie. It's a perfect 10. It's perfect.
Oh yeah. Easy.
And Taika would have took this. He'd probably make Tatsuya gay or trans or some dumb shit, and it would have been awful. It would have been awful.
See, I'd rather Jordan Peele do the movie, because he's an anime fan or whatever, and like he's good with like he's pretty good. What was that movie that he did?
Which one? Oh, there's two of them.
I can't think of any of his movies on the top of my head, but he does.
What was the one about the flying? About the aliens?
Up? Or Look Up? Don't look up.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something with up in it. Yeah.
But if you
that movie was weird.
If you really want to see what you don't do with a beloved anime movie, look at Ghost in the Shell, the live action Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah,
And yes, I have it, and it's still sealed up on my shelf. And you guys know, when I have a movie, I have a movie that's sealed up, I don't watch trash.
Yeah, it's because you don't want to watch it, because it sucks.
I'll have it, but I won't watch it.
You can always just pirate it. I mean, not pirate. I mean, Luffy it.
You know how I watched it? Somebody had uploaded it to YouTube, and that's how I watched it. Because
didn't even care enough to take it down.
Scarlett Johansson whined, bitch, and moaned because in the movie, the Major, literally you see her tits. She's a robot, and she's butt naked pretty much throughout the whole fucking movie. And the only thing you see is nipples, because that's the character. She doesn't have no other body parts or nothing.
Yeah,
and
she's a Barbie doll, basically. There's nothing. Nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways. Thank God WB lost the rights. You know what? I just thought of this. I know this is right at the ass end of the topic, but I just thought of this. I wonder if WB lost the rights to the Akira movie because of the current Warner Brothers and Discovery split. I wonder if during those proceedings how they lost them.
Probably so.
Well, I mean, so the original director of Ghost in the Shell, the people that were like help him create that movie and stuff was pissed on their rendition of that. And
he sent over like thousands of pages of art and things like that. Like here, just use this. Make the city look like
here's the roadmap.
Look like this. Yeah.
The crazy part is, or whatever, like in Japan, like in America, we hated it. In Japan, they thought it was not that bad. They said like they liked it how Scarlett Johansson did the thing or whatever, but you know, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's up?
Well, they had a problem with it because they whitewashed the cast.
But like if you like, they were doing interviews with most of the Japanese people that saw the movie or whatever, and they were saying like they didn't have a problem with the movie itself or whatever, and they liked Scarlett Johansson because, you know, this is the peak of MCU, so like, you know, like you could get away with some stuff or whatever. So they said like it's not what we liked or whatever, but like they said it was just an okay film. That's the Japanese way of saying it sucked, by the way. I'm just saying. Like,
they're a very kind culture.
They're kind culture, dude.
That's the reason why when it went to DVD, they had it at full price for maybe a month, and it went to the $5 bin after that. That's how I bought it for $5 at Walmart.
Yeah,
for $5.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But
I'm surprised. Anyways,
we can talk about something like with Ryan Coogler, the Sinner series. Yeah. So Ryan Coogler,
right?
So Ryan Coogler kind of changed his mind because like they had like literally like a Sinner's universe going. I believe that what they were gonna start or whatever. So I think it might be a what's it called? What's the series where you get different directors to
anthology?
An
anthology series or whatever. So like I think there's gonna be other directors that are gonna be in charge of each Sinners movie or whatever, you know.
So this was the initial statement, Kreese, because you sent me this one, you sent me one other. This was the initial statement where Coogler was quoted as saying, I wanted to make something that was complete and in the aspect of I wanted to make a movie, Sinners, and have that be its complete self-contained story. It wasn't trying to build a universe out of it. But then, very shortly thereafter, excuse me, another article published by Collider came out where they say he clarified, quote, he clarified the sequel chances, especially after, you know, it was a relatively small budget, all things considered, how movies are budgeted.
$90 million.
And it did extremely well, you know, reaching nearly and this is, you know, this is not even counting this week's box office or this weekend, already $364 million, which is a definite
It made
hit.
its money.
A definite hit.
Well, so my problem with this is with my problem with this, he actually let the movie on a cliffhanger at the end of it. So he literally at the end of the movie, well, spoilers, like it's like what in it's like in what the 70s or the 80s, the
90s.
The 90s, Michael B. Jordan's character and the other female vampire shows up. And it's like it's a cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger. If you don't want to make if you want to make it complete, don't leave it on a cliffhanger. Don't make it where you're gonna make another movie from it.
Okay. From not seeing the movie, I know what the premise is. Kreese has explained the premise to me, so that's why I'm interested.
It's gonna be on Max soon, Jake. So you and your wife will be able to watch it.
Yeah, it just said it's made its way over to streaming. Excuse me. He, in the sense that what Coogler is saying about him wanting it to be a quote complete movie, end quote. And given that spoiler that Phantom gave, that could have just been a little nod towards like, hey, these guys are definitely vampires, and you know, here we are literally half a century into the future. They look exactly the same, and they have managed to keep themselves going. Now, again, Coogler said earlier, before this article was posted, that he wanted it to be self-contained, he wanted it to be a whole thing, but he did clarify that in this article that he wanted it to be self-contained. He wanted to make a complete movie. However, I don't know if this is the studio, I don't know if this is producers, but like Chris was saying initially when we were bringing up this story, it could end up maybe Coogler wouldn't be involved, almost certainly not directing, but maybe he'd be involved in producing, perchance, a sort of, again, like anthology series. You know, maybe it would be an anthology series where each movie, if you will, is like a short story, 20 or 30 minutes. Maybe it would be an anthology series where like full-length movies will come out, and you know, we'll get 5 years of 5 different Sinners Universe movies. But I don't think Ryan Coogler would want to direct another one. That seems to be the vibe that I've gotten, and the message that he was attempting to give off initially, that, like I said, this Collider article gets into.
Yeah, I think yeah, I think he's to me, I think he just probably just doesn't want to get caught up in the universe thing, because you know, when you start getting caught up in the universe thing, it requires you to like think ahead, because you know, there always has to be an end game to these universes or whatever, so you don't want to overstay your welcome. I think that's what he's probably afraid of too at the same time.
Well, also it's the MCU curse, right? Because he did both of the Black Panther movies, and the first one was well loved. The second one, it was $1 billion film, but people hated it. The second Black Panther movie was hated worldwide.
Yeah. And that's something that Coogler actually spoke about in the interview. They're saying, he was saying how he wanted to kind of, like, one of the reasons he was motivated to do Sinners is that it's a unique story, it's a new idea, and he wanted to step back away from doing franchise filmmaking. You know, he did the Creed movies, he did the Black Panther movies, the second Black Panther movie, we don't necessarily talk about it. However, the deal that he made with Warner Brothers regarding Sinners is actually quite interesting, because the rights to this movie, or the rights to Sinners, the universe, will revert to him after 25 years. Mm-hmm. And which is that's usually quite rare. Usually they don't have a rights reversal like that, even if it's something like 25 years. But that is why, that's why Warner Brothers, is saying that, you know, they'll have the rights for the next 25 years, and maybe they'd be able to lock in cast members. Maybe they can get like Michael B. Jordan, for instance, or some other secondary or tertiary characters. But because the success that Warner Brothers is seeing, maybe they'll bring in other directors. Maybe it'll be a direct sequel if they could get the actors, and if they can't get the actors, which, you know, they might not be able to, because they would certainly need to get a pay raise. Again, going back to what Chris said, maybe they'll bring in directors and new sets of actors and do an anthology type series in this Sinners universe. And I will say, if they wanted to go multimedia with this, the story, again, just from what Chris has described to me of like the setting, like, would make a solid comic. Like, they could easily make a comic series out of it, and I feel like people would really enjoy it. I feel like it would be good.
Yeah, because I would love to see Jack O'Connor's character, the main vampire that was in the first Sinners, like how he became a vampire. That would be pretty cool, whatever. Like, to see how he became a vampire himself or whatever. So, it could be potential.
In my opinion, I'd like to see this. I'd like to see him do Blade. I think Ryan Coogler could make a good Blade movie. Sinners was phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know,
And also, oh, go ahead.
And at the end of the day, this movie made money. It was a phenomenon, right? And I'm telling you, this is the curse that comes with a movie making money. They're gonna beat this. They're gonna beat this to a dead horse, straight up. They will. And there's nothing he's gonna be able to do to stop it.
Especially,
they see money, they'll do it.
And he's definitely not going to be able to do anything to stop it in the near future because Marvel is wheeling him back because they still have that Black Panther 3 sequel. That third Black Panther movie that is still planning.
Oh, they're finally going to recast Black Panther, finally.
And
but
bringing in
also,
Denzel Washington.
I'm not going to be surprised because since this is like a Warner Brothers project, I wouldn't be surprised if he does a DC movie soon or whatever. Like I'm calling it right now. I think him and Michael B. Jordan will probably do the Static Shock movie together or whatever.
Oh, that would be so good.
Where he's the older Static Shock, I'm in. I'm in.
I loved the Static Shock cartoon when I was younger. That was that was so good.
Superhero Static Shock.
Think of this. Think of this. If he would do the Static Shock, that'd be a good movie to have Miles Morales show up. I'm not Miles. I mean, Terry McGinnis, right? Terry McGinnis. It's like if you want to do like a future Justice League, you put Michael B. Jordan as Static. You come up with somebody to be Terry McGinnis, and you can literally like create a new Justice League with these new characters.
Young Justice. They could do Young Justice.
The Justice League Future Squad. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Well, we got one more subject. And you know what? I found this a little funny because Ebola even told me about it. And I also saw shout out to Ryan Kennel. James Gunn like said that kind of made fun of Indian people. And I think it was kind of hilarious because
it's time for you to shine, Ebola. Get ready.
Yeah.
Get ready, Ebola.
Yeah. I want Ebola, I really want you to get into this because I am.
Yeah, Ebola, tell us.
I have no idea why the heck people are so upset over this.
I thought it was funny.
I barely know what's going on.
Ebola?
You there, homie?
Ebola.
I accidentally had myself muted. That explains why no one heard
good.
anything I was saying.
You boomer.
Yeah, sorry. I forget I muted both.
Watching Kamala porn?
No, I muted myself. Then I muted myself on the keyboard as well. So.
All right, tell us about this James Gunn India thing. Like, you know.
All right. Apparently.
I got you right there.
Okay. He made I think he said. Oh yeah, there you go. He called. I mean, obviously. They're now calling for boycott. I will say I think Indians tend to be a bit overly sensitive on these things. But from what they out of the Asian countries, Indians take and anytime you joke about India, they take it a bit too extreme to where they're offended. So he was making fun of. He's basically just called the people that are criticizing him just 12-year-old Indians, and there we
go. There's the video.
Yeah.
So we can go ahead and play this real quick and see
the context.
Yeah, see what the context is because I still don't get it. So let's just watch this real quick and then Ebola continue.
I just thought it was so relatable when he was saying, I don't go online, but clearly he actually gets affected by some of the comments from time to time.
That's right.
And obviously you're active online. We've seen what you've had to deal with.
That's right. A couple little things here and there. Was any of that
infusing in here cathartic for you, or why did you want to incorporate Superman's responses that he has towards online criticism?
Well, obviously I relate. Obviously I relate to that. I do tune out most of social media, but every once in a while there'll be somebody who will say something. It's always the weirdest stuff. It's never what you expect. Some weird thing that I go, God, that guy, I'm gonna, and then I go, I think I might be getting upset about something a 12-year-old in India is saying. You know what I mean? I'm like, let it go. But I think that was really about the whole.
So
that's not racist, by the way. I just
no,
want to
that's
let you
not.
know.
He
I
was
think
just
he just-
pulling an age and a country out of his ass.
I think
He was
he's just
not directing this at India. Oh my God.
I think he's pulling just random, like every time someone does this, they're like, let's pull the farthest country away possible.
Yeah.
And they picked India, but of course Indians tend to be overly criticism
Pakistan
and
is better.
emotional.
My bad.
Whoa.
Reed,
Whoa, it's too far. But but they and from what I've gathered, this is not the first time I've seen Indians mad at something that's like small, but
No,
they get mad at anything that's like slightly
Sorry,
negative
your
towards
country's
them.
not the best country, by the way.
Yeah,
Just saying.
anything negative towards your country, even if it's like just like saying your country is
Facts.
a little stinky or something.
A little? It's underrated.
Hey,
Sorry.
I'm being generous here. Whether it's a fact or just something, they get overly mad. They're like, we're gonna cancel this, not watch this anymore because they're offending our country way too many times. It's like
Truth hurts.
either it's like it's just a joke, or like they're just trying to show something in this show or something. They get they get overly mad more than any other Asian country I've seen.
Well, can I just say this much? When it comes to India, in India, you just need to
enjoy swimming.
Well, they can't swim in dirty water.
Oh.
They're allergic to that.
But they do. But see, that's the thing. They do swim in the dirty water, and that's
disgusting.
There's 1.5
They wash
billion
their
of them.
clothes in that shit.
There's 1.5 billion Indian people. That's the largest country on earth. It's a massive, massive amount of people. There are.
Biggest polluter
I know
of the
there's a
planet.
number of languages there. I know there's a number of various subcultures there, but there are some parts of India that are just
filthy.
I have no desire to be there, and just damn. Hello to you, Comics Dad. So good
What's
to
up,
see you.
Thomas Dad? What's going on, man?
Hey, Comics Dad, we need to talk. Me and you and the homies need to talk, homie.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, just finished up with Movocado Zamboni and got to me. Yes, yeah. Mo
Thanks for
popped
the
in
raid.
earlier to say hi.
Thanks for the
We
raid.
appreciate you popping in. Absolutely.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
And if you guys think Kreese, Ebola, or myself are being racist, Vagabond says they don't want to hear my
Listen,
opinion on India.
I'm
I don't think the
I'm
UN
being-
wants to hear your opinion.
I'm actually being generous because this is where me and Vagabond actually agree on something. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I agree with you guys on this shit. I agree with you guys on this shit.
Well, I'm just saying. I don't think we want Vagabond.
we can't say what we really want to say about India. Like, I'll say it like that. Like,
Oh, wait,
you know.
hey, Kreese, guys, just wait to the Kwanzaa stream. We'll let Vagabond cut loose on India on the Kwanzaa stream.
Oh no!
Oh god.
Yes,
But
yes, I know.
overall, this is just a nothing burger, man. Like, it's a nothing
yes.
burger. Like, could James have said it better? I guess, but that's just
Yeah.
people being sensitive or whatever. So,
Yeah.
Well,
I think
It's
it's poorly
nothing,
worded,
literally nothing.
but then again, they're Indians offended over the smallest thing per usual.
Guys, you have to look at it this way. At the end of the day, James Gunn is a showman. He's a carny. And he says the most ridiculous stuff. He puts out the ridiculous stuff. Why? He's trying to promote his movie that's about to come out. probably this movie is it's going to be make or break for him because this movie is going to be bigger than Guardians of the Galaxy. You just can't deny it. Superman is going to be James Gunn's. Either this is going to make him as the face, the head of DC, or it's going to break him. And he's doing everything he can to get people's eyes on his product, and it worked.
Dude,
why? We're talking about it. We're talking about it.
He went to China. He went to China. He went to Philippines. He went to Japan, dude. Like he's like he went like listen. He's promoting Superman, dude. Like he wasn't lying about this Barbie marketing or whatever. So
Yeah, he said he also likes India, so it wasn't out of hate or anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, send them all over, Chris.
Yeah, for sure.
This is good. Comchat's saying if it's all of us on his show, we're gonna have to watch football reruns of Rocky, so the wife doesn't start thinking things. Yeah. If it's gonna be that much of a sausage fest, yeah, we're gonna have to talk about very distinctly manly, masculine things. So
yeah.
Of course.
So is that
that's it.
So okay, so Cat did the big announcement.
Yes, please do. Let's go for it.
All right, everybody. We told you guys that we were gonna slack off on having guests. However, when our next week, when these ladies came a calling, we're like, fuck yeah, we're gonna bring you on. So our special guest for next week for the Homies podcast, we're going to have the Saska sisters are going to be on.
I got it done, people. I got it done. I got it done.
And like we did with Ripa, we're gonna let you guys come up with some questions, and we're gonna try to put them out there. And probably one of the biggest things that I like to talk to the Saskas about is the influx of horror movies coming back. Because here lately we've had a lot of good horror movies have been released, and that's like one of the big things I want to talk to them about. And so we're gonna have the Twisted Twins on, and my problem is that I just hope I'm not sitting there and I start drooling and somebody clips it.
Oh my god!
Dear God, man.
Ladies and gentlemen watching, have your clipping tools ready.
Better get it out early then.
We got it done though. Like I promised you guys, we got it done. So that was the hard. This was, I think, out of all the guests that I had, getting the Saskas to come on here is the toughest one. Because you want to know what?
God.
I respect it. It's because they're very busy, man. They are very busy ladies, man.
Look what Campy you just said in chat.
Yeah. I'm not highlighting it, but yes.
Oh my god.
Not the reverse Oreo.
Yes, and that is also something we are going to make sure that we do the reverse Oreo with Crease. I know they both tend to appear on the same screen, but we'll make it happen.
We'll make it happen.
And hey, shout out
awesome.
to Nietzsche. Been seeing you in the DCA. Appreciate you tuning into the stream, and you said it'll be amazing to watch. We hope it'll be amazing to host. We hope you guys love watching it. So we'll see you next week.
Yeah,
absolutely, and hail to you, Nation. Hail.
Yeah, and then we won't have another guest until August, and the guests we're gonna have for August are gonna be big too. So
pretty big.
We're gonna enjoy that break.
Yeah, gotta take a break. Gotta take a break, man. For sure.
So I like to once again thank everybody for coming in this week, and thank you guys for getting us to 232 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. We're on the road to 300 subscribers, and at 300 subscribers, I will be letting you guys decide the gayest game on Game Pass for me to live stream. We get the 400 subscribers. Chris is going to do the 1 chip challenge where he has 1 chip. He can't drink milk for a good 10 minutes.
Oh, damn.
And the big one. At 500 subscribers, our boy, Big Dog Jake, is going to allow his wife to wax his legs live on live stream.
Yeah. So if you guys want us to get us to 500, and when we hit 500 and get monetized, because remember 500 and monetization, we're gonna have a special setup for that week, so that while we are doing introductions and doing topics, you know, you're gonna see my wife go down my legs and I'm, hello, my name is Big Dog Jake, and you know,
we're going to get her right homies in the glue and have it ripped off Jake's hair.
Yeah.
500.
It's not glue.
500.
It's wax. It's a special kind of way. It's beeswax usually, but
yeah.
Either way, never had my
Road to
legs
500.
shaved or waxed because that's feminine. That's not what I do.
All
But
right,
yeah,
so
go ahead, baby.
yep. So Ebola, what you got going on?
I have, you know, the Monday, Tuesday videos. Wednesday night with Sophie.
Date night.
Shut up. Thursday afternoon, my solo stream and here, and then Monday with anime on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
So Jake, what you got going on, brother?
Well, what I got going on is just more stuff here at home. I'll make sure the wife settles in, making sure that she has her space set up. Her stuff, all of her stuff should be arriving, I think, next week. And
Pretty
so we'll
soon.
be driving up to a port of entry to collect all that stuff. Going to have to rent a U-Haul to bring it here. But otherwise, I am here every Thursday night, Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. for the homies, because I love doing all this stuff that I do for the homies. This is where I am, and you will find me everywhere at Big Dog Jake, BIGGTOGGJAKE, whether that is Twitter / X, whether that's Instagram, whether that's Discord. I am there. So if you want to reach out, I'll be there, and I'll talk to you. And we'll talk about stuff.
And we still like to hear from you guys. If you guys want to see us do a political show, just hey, let us know. I mean, me and Jake and Chris and Ebola, we've been talking about it for a while. We, political talk with the homies or something. You know, it's like something we want to build on. And next week the Saskas is going to be on, and Saturday night anime with the homies. And go check out our most recent video of Chris's review of Ironheart. Get it to 100 views.
Review.
And we'll be seeing you guys.
Just pretend the black man ain't even here, right? Like,
Chris, what you got going on? I forgot.
Oh, damn. Forget me,
He's
man.
being
All
ignored.
right. So
I already did that once. I'm not doing it again. My bad.
It's like, so we got, of course, Saska's next week for the homies podcast anime show. That's what we got going on. I will be doing an outer review talk with Squid Games and also Jurassic World tomorrow. So I'll be doing that. So that's what I got going on. So now we can leave. Damn, man.
Also, happy 4th of July.
4th of July, America.
Our American brothers. I might be doing a gaming stream tomorrow on the official Twitch channel for the homies. Haven't figured out what I'm gonna be doing yet. Also, shit, I forgot what else I was gonna promote. Tomorrow night in the For the Homies Discord, I will be doing a watch party for episode 1 of Ultraman Omega. Start at 8:30 Eastern tomorrow night. And that's pretty much it for me. So at the end of the day, guys, thank you for being here. We love you guys, and we will see you guys Saturday night for Anime with the Homies. Night, everybody. Like the stream, nerds.
Like stream nerds.
Peace out.